Okay. All right. Good evening. You ready? Okay. We are ready for our special call meeting tonight. It's November 25th, 2024. It is now 5:35 p.m. We will first go to a roll call starting from my left.
Councilwoman Diane Howard. Councilman Darrell Honoré.
Mayor Reynolds.
Councilwoman Yolanda Shepherd. Mayor Pro Tem Amelia Inman.
Councilwoman Vanessa Wynn.
All right. Thank you so much. At this moment, please silence your phones and we will prepare for a moment of silence. Thank you. All right, thank you. Approval of the agenda tonight, council, whenever you're ready.
I'd like to make a motion to approve special call agenda November 25th, 5:30 p.m.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Moving forward to our discussion items. First up is an event request. Is Miss Renee Miller here or are you gonna do it? Okay, understood. Okay.
Ms. Renee?
Yes, ma'am. How are you all today, Mayor Reynolds and council?
Hello, how are you?
Doing well. I am doing well. I apologize for not being there in person, but in light of the children and husband being under the weather, I did not want to take a risk in spreading any germs to you all.
Thank you.
No problem. I think you probably have a couple of events there in front of you. One of them was a discussion for us to have regarding the Igloo event for next year. We were asked to come back to you all as it related to a parking plan. I did work with Mr. Omar to kind of revisit the parking plan that was in place when we did Jerk Fest. That was, of course, giving them the opportunity to
Event request.
utilize parking at the amphitheater, as with parking at the school and within the back of the park. In looking at that, if they see that they need to utilize additional spaces for parking, we would want to be able to talk to some of the area businesses, such as Sheer Essence, Tri-Cities, anything that's along Main Street that may have some parking, that you all would be able to work out something on the basis of your parking areas to be utilized at a fee that is identified what's most comfortable for that business owner, for those cars to be there. I will say that I don't envision the event, and I could be wrong, but I don't envision it having more traffic than that of Jerk Fest. For Jerk Fest, we parked a little over 800 cars, and we probably still had parking spaces for at least 400 more cars. One of the things that Lithonia Middle School allowed us to do was to not only utilize their parking, we were able to utilize those lower field areas for parking, which of course did require shuttle service. However, it did allow the people to be in one space on the basis of the parking during the course of the day. As we know, people, when they come to events, they too will identify parking spaces on their own as well. We just want to make sure that people park in a safe manner.
Okay, council, do you have any questions or concerns?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
On number 10, Ten and 11, is that a way that's coming from the back part and coming around?
I'm sorry, I didn't get a copy
You
of
got a copy.
I know this is the track right here. This is Walker's coming.
I think Ms. Renee did this.
Yeah, Miss Renee,
So they
did.
park
Yeah,
on
she's
the place.
based in this off Jerk Fest, so she's familiar with the layout, but so she would probably be the best person to answer this specific question that you have.
Ms. Renee, are you identifying 10? Is that the baseball field for the middle school?
Yes, sir, the bottom field.
Yeah, they let you park there. That's what you meant by the bottom field.
We parked at the bottom field, and what the organizers of Jerk Fest did was prior to the event, they did a bit of gravel lay so that as people drove down, and that actually worked well because they could park far more cars in that area with greater ease as far as the idea of reversing in, and that is where they had to rely on the shuttle service so that they could not have to worry about people having to walk so far. So they did have those larger golf carts that were there. One of the things that I would probably say to Omar is that beyond that, they may want to consider just a shuttle that's a continuous shuttle during the course and time that they're there. But yeah, they did allow that. So that is the space that did not fill during the course and time of Jerk Fest. That was one of the last places that we utilized for parking. One of my suggestions would be that if Igloo sold a portion of their parking, that top side parking, that would help to keep that traffic moving. And then as people are parking, to park down and then reverse your way back up so that you keep your traffic moving to those further parking points and you're not having a backup in the street, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I see it, Ms. Miller.
Okay. Does that answer your question?
That might be a better plan. To keep the street from being clogged up, so use that back field. Baseball, is the field already, that's not on.
It was just a grassy area, and we even had to deal with rain on that particular day, but it did not disturb it in any way as to where it was not, as to where it was taken away from its natural state.
So it's not a developed baseball field, it's just a grassy knoll.
It's a grassy knoll. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, that's all for me.
Okay.
No problem.
All right, Councilwoman.
This may be a question for you, Mr. Omar. It's more of a request, not a question. I'm hoping that you have somebody on staff in terms of security, to kind of ride through or go through the neighborhood. Because what I've seen, I live directly in front of the high school, and what I see is the patrons will be a little disrespectful to the people that live in the neighborhood. I've had people park in my driveway where I had to go up on my class, in front of my driveway where I had to go up on my class to get in my driveway.
Yeah.
I don't want to repeat that.
Understood.
So, and my neighbors, the first thing is, as soon as there's a little disrespect, they start calling me. And I'm having to call Miss Renee, can you send somebody else here? So if they could, I'm not saying continue, they just have to be standing, they could just continuously ride through and just make sure.
Yeah, what we've done in the past is we've usually worked with APD, because we normally do it in the city. So APD, we would position people at different areas or have them drive. So the local police, I think, that'd be good for them to do it for security. We just have them drive through the neighborhood. Absolutely.
Okay. Anyone else?
I was just curious with the parking. I didn't know you can get to the baseball park by just driving back there. So it is accessible somehow, like past the train?
No,
Mm-hmm. If you drive down the entire parking lot where those townhomes are, there's an area there that is open and you can drive down from there. It is, that's actually paved. That particular area is paved until you get over to that field.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Anyone else? Okay. All right, Ms. Renee, do you have anything else for council?
With respect to Igloo,
Yes.
just a couple of things. I've been able to work quite closely with Omar on the basis of him understanding what the expectations are. Of course, just as with any event that I've helped the city with during the course and time that I've worked with you guys, we will continue to make sure that we have that open level of communication. He will, of course, have to ensure that there's a point that I would be able to talk to on that event day. So if we do have any issues with respect to cars or anything that's bottlenecking, that I can have that point person to ensure that not only is it a good event, but it's a safe event and it's an event that we would want to come back to the city. So beyond that, I don't have anything else to share.
Okay, thank you so much.
I have a question.
Hold on.
So, Mr. Porter, so we have an event every year. We have to get in contact with you about Halloween, trunk or treat, so you can help out, just bring some people back into the community.
Absolutely. Anything we can do.
And Christmas.
And Christmas.
Okay. Absolutely. Let's see what we can do.
Okay. All right. Do we need to make a motion, Miss Ashley? I know it's discussion, but final approval. Okay. All right.
So we still, okay.
Final approval December.
Alrighty.
All right. Thank you.
Ms. Renee, did you have another event to discuss, or are you done?
No, there was another event I think that I sent over, and it could wait until December because it's a couple of churches are coming about regarding sunrise service, so we can let that be December for discussion.
Okay.
But do we want to take a moment to talk about Jingle on Main? I sent some information over to you today, Ashley. I don't have to be part of the conversation, but just to kind of see where we are and how things are looking. It looks like we're going to have a good weather day. We'll continue to keep that in prayer. But I will need a little bit of assistance as it relates to getting behind Lithonia High School. And then Councilman Honore, if you get an opportunity, if you could please see if the Eagle Scouts can participate in the 7th.
Okay, Ms. Renee. I will send you an email following up with the details for Jingle on Main, but we will defer the other discussion for the first meeting in December.
Okay, all right. Guys, you all have a wonderful holiday season. Remember to make great memories, and thank you for everything.
Thank you. You too. Miss Ashley.
I'm sorry?
Can you send me something to about the Eagle Scout?
Yeah, I can.
All right. All right. Moving forward to our next discussion item. This will be New Year's Eve downtown business owners. Hello.
I think I'm the only one here
It's okay.
tonight. But I do wanted to address you all and request that on New Year's Eve that we have an extension to our hours of 2:30 a.m. with a closing time at 2:30 a.m. and a last call for alcohol at 2:00 a.m. And that's just so we want to be able to compete with the other surrounding
Mhm.
bars and communities and counties around in the area. And New Year's Eve's on a Tuesday. That's
Tuesday.
yeah, and like I said, midnight is New Year's Eve, so
It's a holiday,
it's a holiday.
and New Year's is Monday.
Tuesday.
No, it's
Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Yes,
2 and 2:30.
yes.
Come on, council.
What's the current?
What's the current time?
The current time we close during the week at 12 a.m.
No, for alcohol though.
Alcohol?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the current time. I mean, you can do your last call always 30 minutes before you close. And you know, because we have Fridays and Saturdays, we close at 2 a.m. In DeKalb County, a lot of they do it at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, that's why I get so confused.
Yeah,
It's like,
it depends on where.
We get that last one, we get the last call 1:45.
okay.
That's Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday, we close at 2.
Yeah, people will be up anyway. So.
I know. Why you not doing 3?
Well, I mean, we trying to get what y'all gonna give us. We'll
Oh,
do 3.
I
If y'all say 3, we'll go for 3.
I don't want to say there, but I want to say something. I ain't want to get beat up.
Close at 2:30, and then we can say, close at 3. Last call for alcohol at 2:30.
It makes more sense.
Yes,
It makes more sense because I don't want to go far. I just want to stay right in here.
exactly.
Yay. Can y'all vote real quick?
Oh.
Don't you have to change something?
I'd like to make.
Can I vote? Yeah.
You gotta make a motion. You gotta make a motion, you said? I'd like to make a motion to allow, our downtown business owners, for New Year's Eve, a time extension allotment for last call alcohol
30
2:30
a.m.
and close at 3 p.m.
a.m.
AM.
We won't be up that late.
3 a.m.
All right, any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you so much. Thank
Y'all have a
you.
great holiday.
You too. Happy holidays. All right, moving forward, next discussion item, 2025 holiday and meeting schedule. I think you have that in your packet here.
We miss, Juneteenth, we got it on there this time, huh?
Yes, that is there. So just giving you guys some information to look over. There's no votes required tonight. I want to do it the first meeting in December. That's kind of on track to get everything lined up going into next year. I have a couple other things for you on that meeting, but for now, just wanted you guys to take a look, see if anything stands out, anything you would like to change. Feel free to drop me an email or a phone call. I'll get it all prepped with any changes you suggest and bring it back for a vote first meeting in December. Oh, for December.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so December,
It's the 20th, so the meeting will be pushed to the 21st. Yes.
so in December, we need to get council approval to do one meeting for December 16th. We're supposed to do two. The first meeting's supposed to be that first week of December, but we have voting, which is the runoff. So being December's already slow, we were thinking if council would like, we could just do the one meeting December 16th instead of trying to rearrange and do a meeting middle Thursday or Thursday of the first week. Just put everything in that one meeting on the 16th. If that would be okay with council, so that way we can get the election runoff done and all that.
Okay, thank you guys. And again, if you have any questions, you notice anything you would like to change, or just shoot me a quick email and I'll have it drafted for the next meeting.
Got you. All right. Let's move forward to the next for discussion. HB 581, Chief DeJohnette.
Let me turn my ears on.
I'm gonna give you just kind of a brief synopsis of 581. I sent everybody the kind of PowerPoint that we went through. I've had 3 meetings on this. I just last week attended all the city managers in the county, along with the attorneys from GMA, along with some other attorneys, along with finance directors from all over the county. We had a meeting over in Tucker to talk about House Bill 581. So House Bill 581 is more of a floating homestead exemption for the state. So instead of you having a homestead exemption for the county, you now have a floating homestead exemption statewide. So what that does is if your county has a homestead exemption and you have the floating homestead exemption for the state, you get the greater of the two. Whatever one is the greater one for you is the one you'll get. So the CAB already has one. Now, with the floating homestead exemption, you kind of either can opt into 581 or you can opt out. All right. You only get one chance and one chance only to opt in or out. Well, it's really to opt out. If you don't do nothing, you're automatically in. But if you opt out, you only get one chance, and you have to do that via public hearings, just like we do with our millage rate. And that has to be done between January 1st and March 1st. So by March 1st, we have to have public hearings, discussions, all that. We have to advertise in the legal organ if we plan on opting out. Now, just to kind of give you an idea of, like I said, I'm going to give you all the street slang on 581 because I know it's real convoluted and it's hard to kind of keep up with. But the value of homes, if you opt in to 581, will only go up and increase in the amount of inflation. Okay, so with that being said, if inflation is 8%, the value of the home is only going to increase 8%, which means instead of our tax digest increasing like it normally would, it's only going to increase X amount, which means the city's not going to get a certain amount of money. You know, when we do the tax and millage rate, we look at the tax digest. Property values have gone up from year to year. Some years it goes up more than the others. Some years it doesn't go up, depending on what the market is. So what it does is it kind of puts more of a strain on local governments and the money they receive off their property taxes. So it kind of like allows somebody else to tell us, hey, guess what? This year you're only going to get 3% in your tax digest increase because that's the evaluation of inflation. So what they decided to do to offset that is a thing called they're calling it flossed right now. I don't think they're 100% sure if that's what it's going to be. It's kind of like splossed. So what that is you can levy an additional penny on sales tax to make up for that. Problem is, every city and the county in the county you're in has to opt in. That's already not happening. I'm in the meeting we went to, I think I didn't hear one city say they're opting in because DeKalb already has a homestead exemption. It would be different if we didn't, you know, then you're kind of like, okay, if we don't, then yeah, opt in helps the taxpayer out, you know, their value doesn't increase that much. But when you know, and I'm just, once again, like I said, I'm giving the street just the real of it. You know, when your valuation of your tax digest doesn't increase, so, and our cost to do business increases, what happens? Your millage rate has to increase every year. So, you know, our mayor, you went to the meeting with the DMA. I mean, you can elaborate if you want a little bit on what you heard, but you know, this is just a discussion. We'll go back in December, that meeting in December, and kind of have a talk and get a vote if we plan on opting in or out. Oh yeah. I didn't want. I'm not going to throw this on you and expect, you know, hey, we need to look at it now. But we can, over the next couple of weeks, just get with me, call me. We can talk about it. There's a lot of information out there through GMA to kind of educate and just see what your thoughts are. But in December, we'll need to have a decision on what we plan on doing. So that way, myself and Ashley can kind of start planning on, do we need to run ads? Do we need to plan public hearings? What do we need to do?
Yeah.
Because it's very important. You only get this one chance and one chance only to opt out. If you don't do nothing, you're in it and you're in it for good. So, you know, no decision now. Like I said, just call me. We can talk about it. I can try to explain a little bit more if I need to. I can find some more material to send to you. I think I have a webinar. I didn't send it because it's very long, but it was put on by GMA's attorneys that I attended. And, you know, it's informational, but once again, it's just like everything else. You know, I know when y'all started looking at this, y'all were like, oh man, what, you know, just like everybody was when the question was on the ballot, was like, you know, the question kind of was like a circle question, didn't really make that sense. Yeah. So, you know, the gist of it, and I think one of the, I'm not gonna say where he's from, but one of the city managers said it best. He's like, hey, really, if you opt out, you're basically telling the state, hey, stay out of our business. You know, let us do what we need to do for our community. Don't, you know, regulate ours. You know, I kind of heard there's a bunch of people. Well, like I said, I didn't hear one person say they'll opt in, and they kind of took a straw poll.
Yeah.
And I think you heard the same.
The same thing in the meeting. Yeah, DMA meeting. Everybody was telling us we need all come to one. Everybody need to opt out. Because my thing is, I mean, what are we sitting here for? You get what I'm saying? I mean, you're gonna keep control. What are we sitting here for?
So the best way I can put it, and I said this to the mayor, and granted, like I said, I don't know if this is 100% right, but this is the best way in my mind I can say it. The city of Lithonia spends millions of dollars over the next year doing a city parking lot, repaving roads, doing sidewalks, increasing the value of the city as a whole. Is it fair that the taxable value of these homes only goes up 3% when we're putting all this money in, and the value of the homes are really actually going up like 40%? Because we're increasing the value of the city. You know, I mean, we're doing the work to make the city better. You know, at what point does, you know, if we're just sitting out here constantly dumping money and we're only going up 3%, I mean, really, what are we doing?
What was the purpose? I mean, what's broken?
Right. Mess
What's
up.
broken? 'Cause
That's what I wanna know.
Half of the stuff they get in there and try to make laws on and
That's what
regulations
I
I
wanna
on.
would
know.
like to know who's the author of this.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So-
What side of the room?
So just something to think about.
It's crazy.
And we'll go from there. If you have questions, let me know.
Mhm.
I know GMA's attorneys, they would love to help and try to answer questions, but they're literally at a different county every other day right now, going through the whole state of Georgia trying to answer questions. And it's the attorney and the head, Michael McPherson from GMA. So trust me, they're out there doing the legwork, trying to educate as well. They said if council has questions, anybody has questions, just get them to me and I'll try to get them to them. We'll just eliminate a bunch of emails or a bunch of calls. I'll just try to get to them and then give you the answers. All right.
What you would have included that in, is it the HP? 'Cause I was trying to look, I guess I'll get it on my laptop. I'm trying to see why.
Yeah, it's all.
Not that long, it's just 2 pages.
There's like a slideshow too that I sent with that if you go through the slideshow's pretty long. It'll have questions and answers, like what are the common questions with it, what the answer is. I mean, it'll be all it. It's between GMA and ACCG did it. So,
Okay.
all right.
All right. Thank you for that. Thank you. All right. Is there a need for executive? Wait a minute. Let me do this real quick. Any report from council? Just want to make sure.
Yes, ma'am. I kind of talked with, I think you guys remember the advisory committee.
Mhm.
Well, we kind of got together and talked a little bit, and there was some concern, and you probably already addressed some of this. First being the post office parking lot. They said the parking lot is full of cars, but the lobby is empty.
That's true.
There's some
Realize.
people across the street that live right across the street, and I've seen them walk to their house. They parking in the parking lot.
But it's supposed to be for the post office customers, and they can't park because they say that the parking lot is full. They don't have any place to park.
I saw that.
That's true. Cause I got out one day and like, I said, I just walk like this and did my business. Cause in my mind, I'm like, oh Lord, no line.
No line.
But the parking lot was full.
And they also said that the lobby, when they do get in there, is untidy.
Yeah, nasty.
Very.
So, yeah,
And it's so many issues.
we got an
And we
issue.
discussed that.
We got an issue. There's some stuff we can't say publicly, but we got an issue. Yeah, I'll reach out to them.
And the other thing, and I know this, like you did, Councilwoman Shepherd, you look at something and then you're like, wow. But my mailbox is constantly left open. And that was one of the
Mine
things that
too.
came up too.
Mhm.
What's with just closing the mailbox?
Mhm.
Just leave the mailbox open, put the mail in there, it's full, packages.
Yeah.
Stuff and it's left open.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he said you get loads of mail. She said she had one of the members said she had 28 pieces delivered at one time with
I know.
different dates on it.
Mhm. I'm going through it myself.
But that's
Yeah, I've
what,
had handfuls of mail as well.
Mhm.
Mine's gotten better. They picking and choosing.
yeah, because, I think we discussed that the last time. The mayor had talked to the mayor, I talked with Chief too about the mayor. And a lot of people was complaining. And then the guys some of the people that drive, they said that they have a problem themselves. And the people in Lithonia want to know what was going on. But this one guy told me, he said, but the postal inspector are on top of it, as well as unincorporated Lithonia, some of their people. And I made them aware, have volunteered that they would be willing to come in and clean the post office.
Wow.
That's how when I went to First Africa for the introduction of the candidates that were running. Some of the people that's why I went over there and asked, and the fact that all that mail was found at one time. It's just not the citizen here, but it's citizen that receive mail from Lithonia Post Office. And they are aware too that a lot of people, they're going to Conya's post office and they're going to Reading Code post office. And as small as Reading is, they get a lot of work done, a lot of service. You don't have to wait a long time. And
So it's different from what this post office
It
is
is.
here.
it does the same thing, but that post office is slower for some reason. It's slower, and they want to know. And one of the ladies, she is with Chase, and I told her I would, because we're neighbors, you share stuff, especially when it affects your mail. And then you have to realize this too. Sometimes it's not them that's leaving your mailbox open. We have people walk as they deliver, and I've seen this for myself. I can't say it's all over, but as they deliver, you have people walking behind them. And Carmen down the street, she had to change her whole mailbox to keep people from going in there.
Right, but my little packages was in there. I had maybe little packages, maybe about 3, and they were all stuffed in there. So the mail wasn't disturbed. The box was just left open. Would welcome folks who thinking along that line, well, there's packages.
And they
I have
do.
myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, so to close them would be a benefit to us. Are you done? Okay, so lastly, it was brought up about the reflector strips not visible, and I kind of talked to Chief a little bit. Of course, Ms. Hopper, she was saying that she can't see the strip in the middle, that in between 2 cars going different ways. She can't see. There's no strip.
She had
I noticed that a lot too, even off the Nolan Road, and that's not the city, but I know I'm like, man, if you can't see the strip, so I don't know, what's the deal?
I mean, we can do a traffic study to see where they need to put them. I mean, you don't put them on the small side city streets.
Right.
They go on like Main Street.
That's Cleveland's, I think is what she was, yeah.
Max Street, a lot of traffic. So, we're already working on getting the quotes for repaving and stuff like that, especially the parking lot. I can ask them to do that too, just to get an idea of bringing.
So, like, say for instance, would you look at a street and see that there once was a strip there? Say Main Street. Main Street normally has it. I don't know if Center Street or Conyer Street or
Center Street, I think, have them.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah, and I think Conner Street does too, and Swift.
Okay. So Mass Street would definitely have it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So those are some of the items that I was asked to bring up.
Okay, thank you. We'll jump on top of that. All right, Councilman, you got anything?
I do have a couple of things. I probably do more detailed report on our December
Meeting.
meeting. Yeah.
All righty. Councilwoman Shepherd. All right, Mayor Pro Tem.
I guess the only thing I wanted to bring up is just the lookbooks, if you guys wanted to do anything with that. I mean, I know that we're at the holidays now, but maybe looking into like the New Year's, having something fresh that we can, well, not the post office option clearly, but maybe finding another avenue to deliver, especially since we were going to have the Christmas lighting event. That would be good to maybe give it out with content based for 2025.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, Councilwoman Wynn.
I know like code enforcement is busy, and her days are on Monday and Tuesday. But well, whenever her days are, we have a situation going on in the city where like maybe Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you have people that are burning leaves. And last night, believe it or not, on Pine Mountain, we had a sofa on fire. That's right, up above the senior center, going to like Luther Street. Somebody it's
Right there on the right on Pine Mountain, right where you the Luther Street.
on the left. Oh no, you're going back that way. You know, you're going up, you're going down Bruce Street to get to Luther Street. It is a vacant lot there, and someone had set a sofa on fire. I'm serious. And you know, like you got the leaves and stuff. The city is, you know, you can see the smoke and different things. And it's not in the same area, different people, and that's one thing that I think that we should, sort of stay up on, because that's the first time I've seen that.
You know the one house in the corner of Luther Street, how now we had the cat try to go up there.
I know, I know.
He always.
I think that the last time, I think that they might have hit him so hard with the fine. We haven't seen him burn anything for right now, but we do know he has a habit of doing that, so I think that might be neat. If it continues to happen, it needs to be looked into. And this is on a Sunday.
I piggyback off Ms. Mooney. Remember that time we talked about, I'm bringing it up so we can talk about it on the next session. Then that time we brainstormed about doing a large trash pickup for a small amount. Let's revisit that.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, maybe that's why they said it on fire. So nobody picks it up.
And I'm seeing too much stuff on the side of the road for too long.
They got
Maybe we can make,
Doing it. Camp County was,
maybe we can back, I don't want to say back door, but maybe we can kind of
Have a day that we do
have
it
a
for the
day
city.
and charge us. I would pay $25 if I had, a whole bunch of stuff. Just revisit.
Mhm.
Yeah, the cab, they will, you have to call the cab county
And make it a
and they have to assess the situation. They're not picking it up. They're gonna assess it to see how much they're gonna charge you.
That's
They're
true.
gonna send you a bill and you pay that bill and that's when they pick it up.
Well, I just wanted, go ahead.
No.
Okay, I just wanted to add, when we did the last cleanup in September, Steve McGoy, trying to see what organization he's with again. Anyways, they do that, Georgia Works. So they're a nonprofit organization. They do that regularly. He has a group of men that, they're a lot of men, and they did a really good job of cleaning up that time.
That was the best I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know the exact fees, but I would love to see maybe if he could come and give a presentation and see what the price really looks like. But he did a lot of that for free as far as throwing away the tires, because I know there's a charge for that. So he acted in a lot of good faith and he showed out and he showed what he can do, him and his team. So why don't we just consider them?
Yeah.
Did anyone receive, I received the email from the lady talking about filthy Lithonia.
I saw that.
I didn't
And
see
that's not
that.
even the city limits.
She lives on Stonecrest. She lives on
She,
Brown.
I'm about to say she ain't in Lithonia.
I know.
Okay, how many times you tell them?
I sent her a little email and telling her about the quarterly cleanup and how homeowners themselves pick up trash, and it doesn't have to be you quarterly cleanup. And I said, so when we get ready to clean up filthy Lithonia, you can help us clean Lithonia.
I wouldn't even respond because she wasn't talking about it.
I know, but I thought that was so rude and so out of order.
Your dad is
I
out
hate
of
to say that all
line.
the time, but
We
it's
did,
not.
we
They
did
can't
one
talk about
other
us.
thing.
What you got?
Chief mentioned to me that the no parking signs were put in place up at CMX where the trucks were parking, right in front of the mobile home.
Once we put them in today, and then tomorrow gotta go pick up some more signs. We're putting up some, no dumping signs around the city and then some, no water.
Do they come with fines if violated?
Yeah, it has the city code.
All right.
There used to be a sign going out Max Cleveland said it was faded, but it was $1,000 fine.
We need to put a new one if it's faded.
It was, and it caught my
That's the
attention.
time it does.
Mhm.
Did you see the trash that I was telling you about going out past Kim's package store? Okay.
I pick up trash pretty much, and not a lot, cups and cans, pretty much every weekend. So,
On my street.
yeah,
Like they riding on my
I
street.
don't chunk it out the window.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, to say something about this post office situation, I called our senator's office regarding the post office. Because after I went to the Redan location, that's where I had started, placing my mail personally. And when I was coming out, there was a young lady that works here in our city of Lithonia location. And I asked her, I said, are you at this location now? She said, I wish. And I said, well, what's really, going on, there? And she stated to me that nobody cares. basically. It's a mess. And with her saying that, I told her, we no longer have Miss Kilgore, that was the ex-postmaster. We have another lady. I still haven't spoke to whoever I don't even know if it's a lady or man. I'm speaking to the supervisor. Now she talks to me directly. And that's where that investigative piece came, about that mail that was missing. So I reached out to her as well and told her I haven't received any mail in 4 days. I pick up mail at Magnolia Street. I pick up mail on Main Street. I pick up mail on Klondike. So when you haven't received any mail, like in 4 days, something is wrong. I need a flyer. I need something. I know somebody sent something. So she took all the addresses, and then that night I received a stack of mail this high. That's why I know you're not lying. Yeah. So we got a real problem. So long story short, in speaking to Ossoff's office, they told me to just do all the detailed information just like you just did. I have to email that information to them because they're going to investigate and figure out what's really going on. Yeah. Because I keep hearing, we're on top of it, the inspector, but ain't nobody coming back saying anything about what's going on because we still got issues. So yeah, right. So just letting you know about that. I reached out to them about 2 weeks ago. So I'll just add what you just stated, to that information and see what we can get back. The other thing is there is a flyer graphic design that was sent out by the police department, and I'll send it to you all so you can share it on all your social media platforms regarding Christmas tree lighting, regarding Jingle on Main. And it's on the same day, like y'all stated. I think I asked Ms. Ashley about vendors. If anybody ask about vendors and things of that nature, Ms. Ashley is sending them over to Ms. Renee to handle that. And is that what y'all want, vendors, or don't do vendors, or is there a fee for a vendor?
Just
Or?
about the Main Street parade
Mm-hmm.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't charge for vendors because it's a city.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
But they can't just come with us, get with Ms. Renee, so we can get them spot set up live.
Okay. Okay, just wanted to make sure of that. All right. The other thing, we have a special friend in the building. He's sitting over there very quietly. He's just here to just see what we do. Citizen Trust Bank. That's our manager there at our Panola location in Lithonia Stonecrest. So he's been really working with us. He's always on it. Those questions that y'all ask, can we buy this over here? He knows all about it. Trying to get them to say something,
Granted, he does give us information that helps us.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sometimes over his head and that.
Exactly.
So that's where we're banking with now.
That's what we've been banking with. And like when we was talking about getting a team and all that, he had all that ready to go for us. He just waiting for the signature, but we got in a good space. Thank God for our city manager. Just making sure we good. You over there blushing. But we didn't have to get it. We didn't have to get it. So, but he was on it. He was ready for it. So I just want to introduce him.
The other bank over here by the post office is still empty.
That's the one I was talking about. He knows that we're interested in how much they want to sell it for. So he knows all about it. Yeah. Do you have anything to share with us?
Not really. I just want to see it and observe, take some intel, but I will have some information.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
That was real nice. Mr. Ron Demons. Is that how you pronounce it? Demons. 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 He's right there on Panola, right there by Bojangles, sitting right there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Yeah, he'll be in his office with a client. Every time I come in, he's with somebody, but he makes himself available for chief. Yeah, so
Just curious. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to put you on the spot. I'm just curious. Is it like a long process? I know you have to get answers from people, on different levels, but how have you seen that process when someone's trying to buy an outdated building that they no longer use? Just if you don't know, it's cool. I'm just curious.
Off the record, I really can't say what it is. I'm constantly in conversations about that.
Mhm.
With Chief and some of our VP.
Mhm.
So, being that this brought the conversation tonight, I'll definitely bring it up in the morning.
Okay.
And see, what we can do in order to make that happen.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds great.
Yeah.
I know sometimes when you're dealing on that side, it's like
It,
you ever
it's
get
a
to the
lot.
two-person,
It's a lot.
It is a
like
it is a
Yeah.
process, unfortunately.
yeah.
I'm one of the bank officers. It's still a complete process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You are. No, we interested in purchasing. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right.
Can I ask my question later? I don't want to be quiet. No, I'm
No, go ahead.
okay, so the back of the bank is a wall, a cement wall. On the other side of that wall is my backyard. There is a fence that belongs to the bank, and there are trees that belong to the bank, and some belong to me. It is an eyesore. The fence is broken. It's dangerous to my backyard with the fence being broken. It's just, I just want somebody to just, if you're not inhabiting the building, just come through and keep the perimeter maintained. I'm not saying that y'all do a bad job. For the most part, yes. But the parking lot is becoming dilapidated. So I just want somebody to just come fix the fence, take the fence down, groom the trees, or whatever, what have you, since you own the property. And I'm doing it by ask right now. If I can't get asked, then it's paperwork, and I won't have to do that because we're friends. Thank you.
All right. Anything else?
I do have a question.
Go ahead.
So, in terms of conversation, what feedback have y'all received about the property?
Nothing. I've talked to what's the VP's name again? I got his number. Fred. Yeah. I spoke to Fred about it. Of course he said, I'm gonna get back with you, I'll get back. But I'm not pushing, because I've talked to you, I've talked to him. So I'm like, if they want to sell it, they'll let us know. But it's like she said, Councilwoman Shepherd said, it's like an eyesore because it's just there. And I just feel like we could do something with it if it's not going to be a bank anymore. So. ATM, yeah.
Yeah, she lives here.
So it's becoming even more than an eyesore, it's becoming.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, we're patient. We're working. We're gonna work it. We got you.
Would any of you be opposed to having instead of
That'd be great.
That'll be awesome.
And I'm assuming that they're keeping the bank for depreciation. Because I don't see.
We have a realtor on our team.
I'm just saying, like.
I got you. I'm not sure if this is for appreciation. I know some of it is storage, but some of it is okay. I've already had a conversation about scheduling a meeting. They were part of that.
Right. Next month. How many meetings we got already? December 16th. Y'all want to wait till first top of the year or top of the year? Top of the year. Yeah.
If
Okay.
so, without eating.
Gotcha. That's true. Okay, top of the year is fine. All right. Anything else? City administrator, you have anything, chief? Executive session, all right. And police update, anything at all? Okay, all right. All right. All right, well, let me get a motion to go into executive session. And is it for personnel litigation or personnel? Okay, okay. All right. All right, so we do need a motion to go into executive session for personnel and litigation. Can I get a vote, please?
A motion to go into executive session for litigation and personnel and real estate.
All three. All right, is there a second?
The second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you so much. Testing, you ready? All right, we are back into our normal special call meeting, November 25th, 2024. We do have a couple of things regarding real estate. It was just really for discussion. No vote or anything like that is needed. The next thing was litigation. Our chief discussed some things with us, and there was no motion on that as well. The other one would be personnel. I would need a motion for this particular one. It was the holiday bonuses for staff, including police department. So if I can get a motion on what you all want to put out on the floor before we close.
Make a motion
With the
to,
amount of just approved.
Everything, the amount.
I'd like to make a motion to approve and increase this year's Christmas bonus to $500 for all full-time personnel to include the police department.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Vote taken, yes. All righty. Now I need a motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Happy Thanksgiving to every one of you. We will see you soon. Don't eat too much.
Yeah.